Hey guys, I'm Rogut, and this is my rant. We believe in the diversity of thought here on this channel. Alright, so if you like content like this, I know I gotta say it at the beginning of every video, but I have to. If you like the content, you should subscribe, and if you like watching it, you hit that like button. And if you don't like it, if you don't like certain things, remember to smash that dislike. And then that bell, ring-a-ling-ding, might work, might not. Alright. So, this is going to be the next episode of financial slash business news. I picked out some stories that I found particularly interesting. And before we start, I found a cool $2 bill. I just wanted to notice that. It's not a trinary, but it's really close. If the 6, 8, or the 3 in the serial number weren't there, it would be. But it's still a nice looking serial number. I thought I'd just say that, Might be able to get $2.25 for it. Alright, so getting into the financial news today. So, certain airlines are implementing changes to, better protect against safety with the pandemic. So, these are some of the guidelines that they're implementing. Now, so passengers and crew will have to get their temperature checked before boarding. And there's going to be thermal body scanners that monitor flyers as they pass through the airport, so I found that interesting. So now many airlines are now filling the planes, starting from the back of the plane to the front of the plane, so now first class passengers are actually getting on last, which is a little weird. So that's how they're kind of loading the planes up to make it a little safer. And then so there's like a bathroom pass type of rule. So one airline is making passengers raise their hands to go to the bathroom, so only like one person can go at a time. And then the other thing is, so people are starting to say goodbye to like magazines, meal service, and like those little carts that they push down the aisles. Just they're cutting amenities just to make the risk level lower, stuff like that. So something to look out for in certain airlines that are implementing those new procedures. I think more will follow suit. But again, it's gonna make it a little difficult on the airlines, but they will recover eventually. Be it months, be it years, we'll have to wait and see. Alright. So moving on to the next story. I thought this was interesting. There was a letter sent to California Congress. It was signed by the top execs at Disney, Netflix, and then Salesforce. If you don't know what Salesforce is, it's just a consumer relationship management software. It's used mostly for like sales, but it's used for like other things than just selling things. I actually used it for a couple jobs that I used to have. One was helping people with their health benefits come open enrollment time, and another was just like selling internet service. So it's a very prominent company. They're in a lot of different businesses. A lot of different businesses use that software. So they drafted a letter. They were asking for an additional like $1 trillion in support to like limit layoffs and budget cuts, and stuff like that in their companies. And then so last week, the California governor, Gavin Newsom, he released a revised budget plan, and it slashed billions of dollars in order to make up for the current $54 billion in their deficit caused by the COVID crisis. So all these, they're just trying to get help. So that's what I wanted to bring up right there. Alright, so a cool, a lighter story. It's an interesting one. So, Sarah's Market, it's kind of like, you know those food trucks that you see now? They're fun, right? You just go up to a truck and you get some food, and usually it tastes pretty damn good. But this one is going to be the first one to travel around LA, like supplying valuable alcohol to people who need it and want to have a good time, I guess. So when life gives you a pandemic and closes down your business, you can sell booze out of a truck. And so Sarah's Market did that, and it became LA's first legal liquor store on wheels. And so it's an interesting innovation. So coming from this adversity from the pandemic, so I thought that was pretty cool. So look out for Sarah's Market in LA if you live in LA. Yeah. So. And then just a couple of rapid fire little blurbs that I thought was interesting. Was there's so the Congressional Budget Office, they projected that the GDP will drop by 38% in the second quarter of this year, which is a huge drop, but a lot of people are predicting that, we'll start to see like quarter 3 a little bit better, quarter 4 a little bit better. But, I'd like to wait and see until that actually happens. Alright, so EasyJet, they're like a budget airline that operates in Europe. It was hacked, and 9 million customers, like customer personal details, were exposed. So exposed. So that's interesting. It's like a budget airline. So airlines all around the world, they're not getting any breaks right now. that's mighty unfortunate. And then Magic Johnson, I'm sure you guys know who Magic Johnson is. He's offering $100 million to minority-owned small businesses. I think that's great. I mean, all small businesses need help these days. And then the MLB is mounting an altered return. They would lose about $640,000 per game without the fans in an 82-game season. So everyone's trying to figure out how to make this stuff work. So that about wraps it up for the financial news I want to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed. I always like covering this stuff. It's fun to inform myself and then inform others about some interesting things that are going on right now. So Walmart was in the news again, but I talked about Walmart last time. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about Walmart every time. But yeah, so if you liked the video, I want you to give it a like, and if you didn't like the video, if you didn't like my shirt, if you didn't like my beard or the topics that I was discussing, remember to smash that dislike button. It gives me a chance to improve, make better content, make more content, and then, like I always say, just getting better overall at what I'm doing. Alright, so have a great day, stay safe.